Welcome to this edition of Sight Ed, a sight educational program designed to educate every one of us on eye health issues. Today we'll be talking about alcohol and the eye. Did I say alcohol? Yes. Does it have any effect on the eye? What does it do to the eye? And what should we do about the relationship between alcohol and the eye? To do justice to this topic, we interviewed Dr. Mrs. Afeng Ebanga. Please listen to her. But before we go on to listen, I want you to remember that you can always communicate with us on Sight Ed on all our social media platforms. But we always encourage, or we will appreciate best if you send text or if you send messages on those platforms. Happy viewing.
Sight Ed, an educational program on eye health issues.
How to take care of our eyes, the problems that can occur with the eyes, and what we should do about them.
Interviews.
Glaucoma is the commonest cause of irreversible blindness.
Educational drama on eye health.
Check your eyes before you become a victim of glaucoma.
Practical questions and answers.
The effect a wrong pair of glasses will have is that you will be uncomfortable as the user.
And lots more. Sight Ed.
Preserving vision, restoring sight.
Sight Ed.
Today we'll be talking about alcohol and methanol and its effect on the eye. Alcohol isn't new to any one of us. It comes in different forms: beer, gin, whiskey, ogogoro, sapele water, I think apeteshe, burukutu. You know, there are different forms of alcohol being taken in our environment. And most often, the people that are lower down on the economic scale seem to take a lot of this ogogoro component, called by different names in different parts of the country. And the richer ones also take alcohol, they take gin, you know, called by very expensive names. But like everything in life, moderation is the key. But when you take a lot more of it, it could have various effects. Alcohol, we know, have various effects on the body. But particularly right now, we are concentrating on the eye. What could happen if somebody takes a lot? Maybe it's in the bar, it's in the pub, so many places, in the marketplace. It could get drunk and begin to fight. So injury from all the fights and throwing tables, throwing stones could affect your eye, injure your eye, and you may need to be rushed to hospital for eye care. You could lose your vision. The vision could be, you may need to spend more money to take care of your eye. Different grades of vision loss can actually happen to you from that injury. And then besides the direct injury from fights and, you know, broken bottles, broken tables, you know, there could also be the one that affects the major nerve that controls vision, what we call the optic nerve. In the medical world, we say optic neuropathy. We have what we call the short-term effect, which is when you, at a sitting, you gulp a lot of these things, alcohol, in whatever form. It has its effect on the eye. And commonly we have things like your vision will be a bit blurred, or sometimes you have double vision, or sometimes you begin to see your eye darting very fast, left, right, you know, in a very fast and rapid movement. And you know, for people who get tipsy or start getting drunk, I'm sure you're familiar with some of these things I'm talking about. Alcohol, like we had said earlier, has a long-term and short-term effects on the body. It can cause brain damage, and because the control of vision is also in the brain, it may also damage the parts of the brain that contains the vision components. That's one part of the damage that alcohol can do, and then it will result in poor vision. And then directly on the nerve that controls vision, which is the optic nerve, on damaging this nerve, the person will not be able to see. And it could start from a mild damage to a very severe damage. At the level of the mild damage, the vision loss may be not as bad as when there's so much damage to the nerve that controls the vision. And like I said, it could be immediate. and sudden blindness, particularly when it has been contaminated with the other components of alcohol called methanol. Methanol or wood alcohol has been around with us. Remember the incidents of people in Ondo State, Rivers State, and Lagos State. You can cause death immediately, or it can also cause immediate blindness. I mean, we have stories of people who have been to parties and they drink all the alcohol which has been contaminated with methanol, and sudden blindness, and some of the mates would die. And so these are some of the problems we have with alcohol and methanol. And so the other component is nutrition. Taking excessive alcohol affects absorption of some of the vitamins and nutrients to the body, particularly vitamin A and vitamin B1. It causes these nutrients not to get into the eye and perform its function, and so that will also cause blindness or depressed vision. When the other one is that people who get into a lot of alcohol, at a point they really don't like to eat. All they do is drink alcohol, and of course when you're not eating, you could go into malnutrition, and that will also affect your vision. And if you become blind from this alcohol, you have no means of livelihood, and you have nothing else to do. Sometimes some people resort to begging, and which is not going to help you in any way.
Sighted.
Preserving vision, restoring sight.
Sighted.
Now that some of these issues have come up, we've mentioned a few of the things that could happen. There are the ones that could be reversible, like if you have injury from falling down or being hit by a drunk person or fight and all of that. Depending on how severe or how mild it is, you could have treatment. But of course, when there is any injury to the eye, the first place to go is to a hospital, not to a chemist or to a roadside quack anywhere. You get to a hospital that we have people who are specialized in treating the eye, so as to reduce the damage that has been done and give you a better outcome in your vision. And so we have that could be done. And then, like we said, when the nerve to the eye has been severely damaged from excessive alcohol or from the methanol poisoning that we have talked about, that cannot be reversed. But having said that, if you're blind from it, the situation you could be rehabilitated in a center that takes care of rehabilitation of the blind, and you will live a normal life thereafter. But if you don't go through this rehabilitation, you will have challenges in being able to manage with your daily activities in life. And sometimes you may need to change your profession by reason of this rehabilitation, because there may be some things you may not be able to do again as a result of the blindness, but you could do many other things by reason of the rehabilitation that you may have undergone.
Sighted.
Preserving vision, restoring sight.
Sighted.
So what do we do to help our people? One of the things we could do is we need to stop this illicit activity in our environment. So how can we do that? You have a role to play. The government have a role to play. And we that treat these people also have a role to play. And so what can you do is to report this incidents or these areas where people are doing these illicit activities to the government agencies, and then to encourage government agencies to implement the laws that are already in place, because that's why it's called illicit gin and all that. So there are laws already in place. So we need to cooperate with the government to ensure that we eradicate this production of illicit gin from our communities. And sometimes we also see them being put in helps in the motor parks. The drivers take them in sometimes in around our homes where we live. We see people put herbs and roots. You don't know what they have put in those things: alcohol, methanol, and you could be drinking death, and then you could be drinking to get blind.
Sighted.
Preserving vision, restoring sight.
Sighted.
We can preach in our churches, we can preach in our mosques, we can preach in our village meetings and communities. Speak against those things. And wherever you find people doing it, you need to find a way to stop. And having said that, that's the people's source of livelihood. Anyway, so stopping them from making money from this, you need to find other ways that they can make money and still be able to take care of their families. So those are things we need to do to support those people. And, you know, talking about, I remember some years back, we had people and we were just wondering, the little child, a young person, why he was not seeing. And by the time we took time to talk to this person, we realized that lived in a place that they produced as small, as young as he was already having damage to the nerve that controls the vision, which I mentioned earlier. And so it really not until you're old, even the young, depending on the quantity and that you take in, your nerve that controls vision could also be damaged. So it's something we all need to do. It's more expensive to rehabilitate a blind person, and so we don't want people to go blind. And so because we don't want people to go blind, we want to do things that will stop people from going blind. And so to do this is we must stop these illicit activities in our environment. We need to report to the appropriate authorities that such is going on. That's why they call it illicit gene. So it means there's a law already in place. So we must begin to ensure that these laws and policies are actually being implemented in our different communities wherever we find ourselves, because it is in our own collective interest to prevent a lot of our people from going blind. Like I said, it could be a young person, it could be an old person. We need to cooperate with the government. When they come to arrest them, you don't need to cover up, you don't need to begin to take the government agencies up and down the place. So let's support government as they come around to stop some of these kinds of activities in our environment.
Sighted, an educational program on eye health issues.
How to take care of our eyes, the problems that can occur with the eyes, and what we should do about them.
Interviews.
Glaucoma is the commonest cause of irreversible blindness.
Educational drama on eye health.
Check your eyes before you become a victim of glaucoma.
Practical questions and answers.
The effect a wrong pair of glasses will have is that you will be uncomfortable as the user.
And lots more. Sighted.
Preserving vision, restoring sight.
Sighted.
You're still on to Sighted, and I'm sure you've learned how alcohol can affect the eye, and particularly methanol. Methanol is a kind of alcohol, but it's well known to be a notorious cause of damage, not only to the eye, but to other nerves of the body. Now we'll go on to watch another drama clip, a short drama clip, still on ocular injury. Do stay with us.
Sighted.
Preserving vision, restoring sight.
Sighted.
Celebration starts from here.
Yes,
from
we
here,
need to
Uncle.
celebrate.
Let the celebration begin. One time. Yes, Uncle.
Yeah,
Uncle.
yeah,
Uncle.
yeah.
Jesus. What happened?
Yeah.
What happened? Hey, let's go to the hospital.
Wait. Yeah.
Uncle.
Wait. I need to take you to hospital.
Sorry. Jesus.
Hey. No, that way. This way.
Uncle, sorry.
Uncle. Sorry. Uncle, sorry.
So please, I'm very, very sorry. You see, the damage is so extensive, and I don't think the eye can see again. You see, in an attempt to repair the eye, there is tendency for us to remove the eyeball. So, I'm deeply sorry. Excuse me.
We really need to celebrate. Yes. From here we can even go out and I will take you out, Uncle.
Hey, Mr. Man, hey. Please, when you want to open it, please don't do it like this. Do it like this. Point the head away from your eye. Because if you remove it like that, it can damage your eye. Even it can lead to blindness.
Thank you. You mean I should turn the head the other way around, away from my eye? Thank you.
Thank you very much,
I think Uncle has a very strong point.
Yes.
Because by the time you are shaking, you must have generated additional pressure inside of the
pressure.
such that the cork can remove explosively. And if it hits your eyes, it can damage the eyes. Uncle, I don't, it's like you are becoming an ophthalmologist these days.
Congratulations. Join us now.
Let's watch it together.
Congratulations. You just bought this, eh?
Yes.
Sighted.
Preserving vision, restoring sight.
Sighted.
Good morning, Mr. Ali. How are you?
I'm fine, my brother.
I'm traveling to Lagos tomorrow. Okay. I want you to help me with my map.
Okay, that's all right.
Sighted.
Preserving vision, restoring sight.
Sighted.
Don't come. This thing don't come again. Again, sincerely. I always have occasional aches on my eyes. What's on the right side? And even as I'm feeling now, I don't think I can continue with this job. I have problem with my eye.
It is Gary.
No be Gary.
I dey tell him say me no drink am. Prof, please make no fuss.
Cassava flakes do not destroy the eye if it is well processed.
Oga, for the past 2 years now, I've been having problem with my 2 eyes. I also have this feeling as if sand is inside my eyes. Sometimes red, sometimes painful and difficult to work with in the bright light.
Where is your protective device?
Protective device. Please, Oga. Come down to our level. All this big English, I know Shabiamo.
I mean your helmet with protective goggle.
Bro. Hey! So the thing where they say Gogu, then you they give big name like that. Too much book, they worry you. Waiting, Gogu got to do with his problem.
When your eyes are damaged, what you spend will be more than this. So protect it right now and save your eyes.
Sighted.
Preserving vision, restoring sight.
Sighted.
Who be that?
Nami Okono.
Oga Okon.
Madam.
How you doing now?
Madam, good evening.
Don't tell. Sit down.
Oga, what happened now?
Okon, you know see me so now Apollo.
Abazimba. Now Apollo be that?
It has been disturbing me since morning. In fact, I cannot even go out at all.
See, why they waste them now?
I've used eye drop, but the thing is you have to see how this thing is paining me.
You go use onions now, you go cure them. Use beetroot, you go to cure them. You go eat salt and water now, you get them for house, you go cure them. Even battery water. I think that one come in now.
Okon.
For eye. No.
Battery water? Inside my eye? No, I can't use that one. That salt and water, I think is better. Is easier.
Madam, what do you wait for now? Go bring salt and water.
That's the battery.
Please help me to get water and salt.
Some are using petrol. Some are using battery water.
I get them now.
Some are using onion.
I get them.
And all those things are very dangerous to your eye.
Dangerous to my eye?
In fact, seriously.
But whether, what do you want to suggest? I think, how can I get this thing off my eyes, please?
The only thing you need to do is for you to visit any eye doctor to treat your eye.
Ordinary Apollo.
That is their job. Even if your eyes is just eating you like this, take it to them.
Okay, that one a waste of money now. No, no, recession with it.
It might be expensive, sir, but the damage that will cause to your eyes will be more expensive. If you are using all these things, sir, you are writing a letter to blindness.
Okay, wait. So immediately this thing feel blind in eye?
Yes, immediately.
You don't go see
again.
Hey, okay, I better take your salt and water away. I'm not using again.
Sighted.
Preserving vision, restoring sight.
Sighted.
Stop it! Hey. Oh yeah, move back. Oh yeah, kneel down. Yeah, close your eyes. Can you see me standing in front of you right now?
No, sir.
What did you see while closing your eye?
Nothing, sir, but darkness.
Open your eyes. Oh yeah, stand up. That is what you will all see when one of you injure yourself with the stone you are throwing, and you will end up not eating the cashew, and you will lose your eye.
Sighted, an educational program on eye health issues.
How to take care of our eyes, the problems that can occur with the eyes, and what we should do about them.
Interviews.
Glaucoma is the commonest cause of irreversible blindness.
Educational drama on eye health.
Check your eyes before you become a victim of glaucoma.
Practical questions and answers.
The effect a wrong pair of glasses will have is that you will be uncomfortable as the user.
And lots more. Sighted.
Preserving vision, restoring sight.
Sighted.
This is still Sighted, a sight educational program designed for every one of us to educate us on eye health issues. We'll expect that you will keep sending in your questions and comments both on our Facebook page, on our website, on the Instagram, and all the other platforms that have been so specifically designed for this program. I remain your host, Feyi Adepoju, on Sighted. Until we meet again next time, keep enjoying good sight.